Taylor's Techniques of Scientific Management, Functional Foremanship. Techniques of scientific management means certain strategies that can be used by an organization for effective management. So, as you can see on the slide, F.W. Taylor has suggested 5 techniques. The first one is functional foremanship. The second is standardization and simplification. The third one is the work study techniques. The fourth is differential piece wage system. And the fifth one is mental revolution. In this video, I will be talking about functional foremanship only. A separate video will be made for the rest of the techniques. Let's start off with the first one, which is functional foremanship. So first of all, who is a foreman? A foreman is a person who supervises and directs the workers. He supervises the work that is done by the workers. Functional foremanship means that every foreman will be in charge of a particular function. This is called as functional foremanship. Functional foremanship will help in the proper functioning of every worker, as the worker will be supervised by different specialized supervisors or foremen during the process of the work. So we can say that Taylor developed functional foremanship in order to be able to supervise the workers in a better way. In functional foremanship, there is a separation between planning and execution. This means that one set of people would do all the planning related activities and another set of people would execute the plan. Taylor suggested setting up 2 departments. One was the planning department and the other was the production department. These departments were to be managed by separate heads who worked under the factory manager, known as the planning in charge and the production in charge. These in charges would in turn have 4 types of foremen working under them. Now let's look at the diagram. So you can see at the topmost part of the diagram, we have the factory manager. And under him, there are 2 persons, that is, the planning in charge and the production in charge. The names itself clearly tells you that the planning in charge person does all the planning related work and the production in charge person would do all the production oriented work. Under the planning in charge, you can see that there are 4 types of foremen. And again, under the production in charge, also you can see 4 types of foremen. Now let's look at the planning in charge. And under him, we have the instruction card clerk, the route clerk, time and cost clerk, and the disciplinarian. And under the production in charge, we have the speed boss, the gang boss, the repairs boss, and the inspector. Now let's look at the 4 people who are under the planning in charge. First of all, let's understand the meaning of planning in charge. A planning in charge is responsible for the formulation of policies, strategies, and procedures of the operational activities. To simplify his work, there are 4 clerks who are appointed under the planning in charge. So the first one is the instruction card clerk. The instruction card clerk lays down the instructions or guidelines that workers must follow in order to do their job. And therefore, he is called as the instruction card clerk. The second one is the route clerk. This person provides the order in which the work is to be performed. So he is called the route clerk. The third person is the time and cost clerk. A time and cost clerk is a person who establishes the time limit in which work must be finished and the cost of completing each assignment. Therefore, he is known as the time and cost clerk. And the last one under the planning in charge is the disciplinarian. This word disciplinarian is derived from the word discipline. The name itself tells us that this foreman is in charge of maintaining discipline among the workers by ensuring that rules and regulations as well as its code of conduct is followed. You can look at the diagram now on the right side and you will see that under the production in charge is the speed boss, the gang boss, repairs boss, and the inspector. But first of all, who is the production in charge? A production in charge is responsible for overseeing all operational and production related tasks. So, to simplify his work, he has 4 clerks under him. The first one is the speed boss. He is in charge of seeing that workers do their job at the right speed so that it is finished on time. And therefore, he is called the speed boss. The second one is the gang boss. He is responsible for keeping all the tools, machines, materials, etc. ready for the workers. He does this so that there will be no delay in the work to be performed. Delay may be caused as a result of the workers searching for various tools, materials, etc. But delay can be avoided because the gang boss keeps everything ready for the workers to do their job. The next one is the repairs boss. He is in charge of making sure that all the machines and tools are in good working condition. If any machine or tool needs to be repaired, the repairs boss sees that it is done. Therefore, he is known as the repairs boss, as he is in charge of keeping all tools in good working condition. The last one is the inspector. The inspector is in charge of verifying that all actions are carried out according to the plan. He also inspects the products to see if they meet the quality standards. These are the 8 foremen who are under the planning in charge and the production in charge respectively. And every worker will have to deal with each of these foremen. This leads to good quality work done by the workers.